to you, so we're good. Yeah, I gotta start that.
Don't start it.
Mary's being all goofy and shit. Oh, we'll
I
fuck.
just have a black screen.
We're starting, so let me buy another.
Wait, but this isn't fair.
That sucks, baby.
I saw exactly 1.09441 square inches of a girl's shoulder today. I immediately fell to my knees as the rush of dopamine signaling my impending, earth-shattering orgasm started to make me moan loud enough to deafen everyone in the immediate vicinity. What followed was a torrential downpour of every single sperm cell I have ever or ever will produce shot out so hard that my dick was ripped apart by my uber nut, accelerating to 5% of the speed of light by the time it left my urethra. It vaporized the girl as it punched right through her. It barely slowed down before cutting through a structural support beam in the skull as if it was a nuclear-powered anger grinder. The sheer weight of this historical nut, combined with the total destruction of everything in its path, caused the school to collapse and every female in the state of Illinois to become pregnant with my children.
You can see all the broken chairs.
My boyfriend will not stop calling his cum Gregnog during Christmas time. First off, I am not joking. I wish I was joking. I've been with my wonderful boyfriend Greg for over 4 years now, and this Christmas was our third spent together. He's so much fun to be around. He's handsome, he's charming, and our sex life is great, except for one small problem. Every year now, starting in December, he starts referring to his cum as Gregnog. When I first heard him say this, it was in the context of the joke, so I laughed and then I forgot all about it. A few days after this, however, we're sending some spicy text before he gets home from work, and he says to me in all seriousness, "I can't wait to pour Gregnog all over your face." I could not believe he had just said that to me, but I didn't know what to do at the time, but, go along with it. Fast forward to this December, this phrase re-enters his vocabulary at the same time every year. It makes me cringe beyond belief, but until this year, he used it sparingly enough for me to just be able to laugh and say, "Shut the fuck up." I'm sure that 2020 has done at least some irreparable psychic damage to all people, but unfortunately for my boyfriend, this has manifested in the form of him referring to his cum as Gregnog non-stop. This month has been using the term almost exclusively in all contexts, and is driving me batshit insane. I sat him down to talk last week, and I asked him very clearly and directly to stop. At the time, he said he would, and it did slow down for a few days. But it's now 4 days after Christmas, and he's back at it again with no end in sight. He absolutely means the world to me, and I saw myself spending the rest of my life with him. But I have serious doubts about whether or not I can, if every Christmas is going to be like this. So please, Reddit, what do I do to make this stop for good? Okay, what is a glizzy? I'm a 45-year-old man and have been recently watching my son's internet browsing history to see if he was studying for his mathematics exam. While I was at school, I got on his computer, and when I opened it, I was greeted by a drawing of a little short-haired girl in the style of a seemingly Japanese comic book as the desktop wallpaper. As I slowly moved the mouse, a random spinning logo had opened, and it was greeted by a chatting application named Discord. As I was about to close the application, I heard a weird sound coming through the speakers. It seemed like a person had messaged him, and I clicked to see what they were saying. As I opened the chat with him, I instantly saw an image of a pink-haired girl, drawn in the style of his wallpaper, putting a can of Monster Energy drink, aiming it at her crotch area. I frankly didn't know why an image like this would be sent to my son, but without thinking anything of it, I closed the application. Now that the chatting app was closed, I moved the mouse to the browser icon, and I clicked. I forgot to see how the browser history in the web browser, so I googled it. However, as I very slowly typed, "how to see browser history Chrome," it automatically recommended me to another search option, which said, "hot twinks eat a glizzy and gets covered in mayo." I ignored this, as I seemingly thought nothing of this at first. After I remembered how to see the browser history, what I saw horrified me even more. Some of the text read, "Twink gets corn on the cob. Hot femboy adds cream to your coffee. Hot cream pie." I do not know what a femboy, twink, or a glizzy is, but I think it's a cooking term, but I'm not sure. What does any of this mean? Is my son aiming to become a chef? I never saw him cooking anything in the kitchen. Should I ask him to make me a hot cream pie?
Yes, sir, Steven!
Hey guys, did you know that in terms of male human and female Pokemon breeding, Vaporeon is the most compatible Pokemon for humans? Not only are they in the field egg group, which is mostly comprised of mammals, Vaporeons are an average of 3 feet and 3 inches tall and 63.9 pounds. This means that they're large enough to be able to handle human digs, and with their impressive base stats for HP and access to acid armor, you can be rough with one. Due to their mostly water-based biology, there's no doubt in my mind that an aroused Vaporeon would be incredibly wet, so wet that you could easily have sex with one for hours without getting sore. They can also learn the moves Attract, Baby Doll Eyes, Captivate, Charm, and Tail Whip, along with not having fur to hide nipples. So I think it would be incredibly easy for one to get you in the mood. With their abilities Water Absorb and Hydration, they can easily recover from fatigue with enough water. No other Pokemon comes close to this level of compatibility. Also, fun fact, if you pull out enough, you can make your Vaporeon turn white. Vaporeon is literally built for human dick. Ungodly defense stat plus high HP pool plus acid armor means that it can take cock all day, all shapes and sizes, and still come for more.
Holy hell! Bro, that looked like dirt. How we get so much water?
I fucking hate gaming laptops. Today when I walked into my economics class, I saw something I dread every time I close my eyes. Someone had brought their new gaming laptop to class. The forklift he used to bring it was still running idle in the back. I started sweating as I sat down and gazed over at the 700-pound beast that was his laptop. He had already reinforced his desk with steel support beams and was in the process of finding an outlet for a power cable thicker than Amy Schumer's thigh. I started shaking. I keep telling myself that it's going to be alright and that there's nothing to worry about. At least I'm going to find the fucking outlet. Tears are running down my cheeks as I send my last text to my family saying I love them. The teacher starts the lecture and the student turns his laptop on. The colored lights on his RGB backlit keyboard flare to life like a nuclear flash. A deep humming fills my ears and shakes my very soul. The entire city power grid goes dark. The classroom begins to shake as the massive fans begin to spin. In mere seconds, my world has gone from a vibrant life to a dark, earth-shattering void, where my body is getting torn apart by the 150-mile-per-hour gale force winds, the 500-decibel groan from the cooling fans. As my body finally surrenders, I weep as my school and my city go under. I fucking hate gaming laptops.
Don't hit me first.
Check that, man.
Don't hit me first.
Warning, never jerk off to trap porn. Warning, never jerk off to traps, femboys, or sissies. It is a slippery slope. First you're jerking it to a guy that looks a bit feminine. Next thing you know, you're in a pink miniskirt getting anally cream-pied and butt-caked by 4 cocks. Don't even have 4 friends. And one of them thinks it's a good idea to cut in your hair. Does he know how hard that shit is to get out? It's fucking hard. I had to shower not once, not twice, but 4 fucking times, and comb my hair for at least an hour. Oh yeah, and despite what porn told me, cum tastes terrible. It's far too salty, and less sticky as it is slimy. Yet again, never jerk off to traps, femboys, or sissies, or you may end up like me.